everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel of Alexa Developers SRM. In this video, I'll be going a little deeper into AWS Lambda and how Alexa works with AWS Lambda to provide you with voice output. Let me first start off by giving a much more deeper definition of what AWS Lambda is. So, the official definition of AWS Lambda is an event-driven serverless computing platform provided by Amazon as part of AWS or Amazon Web Services. It is a computing service that runs code in response to events and automatically manages the computing resources required by that code. So that was a lot of technical jargon, right? So to place it simply, AWS Lambda is an event-driven serverless computing platform. So what does that mean? The word event-driven means that AWS Lambda code is run only in response to a particular event, be it a change in a database or a HTTP call, and that it is serverless as defined by the word serverless, which is used in the definition. So what the meaning of serverless is that we don't physically have a particular server. We are allocated a particular space in a whole data center, and according to our need, we are assigned servers, or the technical term for those are micro VMs. They stand for micro virtual machines. So these are all provided by Amazon as a part of Amazon Web Services, and all our micro VMs are situated in data centers, which are situated all around the world. So that is what AWS Lambda is. So AWS Lambda also automatically manages the computing resources. What computing resources means is how many micro VMs we need. So if, for example, at a particular time, for example, at 9 a.m., as of 9 a.m., 100 users were using it. And for 100 users, you need one micro VM. As of 11 a.m., then 200 users were using it. Then you need two micro VMs. So according to the demand, your computing service, that is your micro VMs, will either increase or decrease, and you will be charged according to the calls which were made to your Lambda code. So that way, your cost is completely kept to the complete minimum, and you are getting the best performance which you can get. So the computing resources provided to you are dynamic, and you don't need to worry about anything. So Alexa works with AWS Lambda. The Alexa logic is placed in AWS Lambda, and that is where the magic behind Alexa happens. So before we go on to in how Alexa works with Lambda, let me just tell these three major parts of a statement. So, if anybody uses an Alexa devices, then this is very common, and not only for Alexa but even for Google Assistant. So, see, these are important parts. This is a very common statement. So, what this statement tells is, I am telling space facts to tell me a fact. Here, Alexa, tell space facts to tell me a fact. What does this mean? So, Alexa is a wake word. So, any Alexa device, be it your Echo Dot or any other Echo device, or even the Alexa app on your phone, or many devices like your microphone, which nowadays support Alexa, they listen for words like this, Alexa. You can change it to Echo or computer also from the Alexa app in your phone. This is common for all other like Google Assistants. Google Assistant listens for OK Google. So whenever it hears OK Google, it responds to you that yeah, I am here for you. Similarly with Alexa, if you say Alexa, Alexa wakes up and listens for the next command which you give it. Then I said tell space facts. So this tell can be different also. Tell can be open or ask anything. Space facts here is the invocation name. And what is that invocation name for? That invocation name for is for the particular skill which we are asking it to execute. So skills are nothing but apps, but in Alexa's terms. So what we call apps in Play Store for Android or iOS, that is what skills are. There are different Alexa skills available in the marketplace. You can download them, or else if they are small skills, and depending on a little more criteria, then Alexa can download them without asking you, or Alexa will ask you to download them. So space facts here is an example of a skill which will give me a fact about space, as the name suggests. So that those have every skill has an invocation name, and according to that invocation name, uh, that particular skill will be asked to execute. So space facts is the invocation name, and after that is the tell me a fact, which is an utterance. So each skill has particular intents. What the job of each intent is, that it executes a particular command in that particular skill. So space facts has one intent, which is get fact. So to execute that get fact, on what command will that particular intent execute, that is called utterance. So utterance is a sentence which we provide to Alexa to tell it which intent to execute. So if I tell me a fact, then it will execute the get fact intent. We'll be delving deeper into intents and invocation name vague words utterances in the next series, which we'll be providing on fact skills. For now, this is the basic definition of each and every one of them. So there can be multiple utterances for a single intent too. Say I can tell me a fact, or I can ask Alexa tell space facts to give me a fact about space. This can to give me a fact about space. That can also be an utterance. So there are multiple utterances which you can keep, but invocation name remains the same, and there can only be one invocation name. There are also a few rules when regarding the creation of a invocation name, and that we will be discussing in the next series on fact skills. But what happens behind the scenes? How does everything work in Alexa, and how can tell me a fact come back as a fact? So here's the thing: a user makes a request. So let me just this is the user here. So a user speaks to an Alexa device that tell me a fact. So that is sent up to Amazon Skills Alexa Skills Kit. So Alexa Skills Kit is nothing but place where our code is stored, and every request for executing the intent is caught and sent to the backend code, and the backend code resends an output, and that is sent to the eco device for output. What the job of ask is, it stores all the utterances, all the invocation names, and every other intent which has been created by the developer for all the tasks which a particular skill can do. A skill doesn't necessarily need to do particular single task. It can do a multiple array of tasks, and for each task it is assigned an intent. So according to the utterance which we provide, a particular intent will be called, and then we will be given an output. So, according to the previous example, this is the user. The user tells Alexa. So, Alexa wakes up. This is the eco device. It can be any other device also. It will wake up and listen for the next command. Then the user asks, tell space facts. So, Alexa catches that. That it is the skill which a user is trying to access is a space facts, and then it receives that the next utterance to tell me a fact. So Alexa hears the whole thing, and then that is sent to Alexa Skills Kit. So Alexa is not the device which we speak to. It is a common misconception which many might have. Alexa is actually a cloud hosted service, and the eco devices are what we speak to. So Alexa receives that particular input, and Alexa knows that the particular skill which you want to access is space facts, and the particular utterance which the user has given is tell me a fact. So Alexa will ask skills space facts, and go to space facts and then check which utterance matches with which intent. So tell me a space fact matches with get fact intent. So that get fact intent will be executed. And how it gets executed is, for according to the particular utterance, it will ask the Lambda code to execute that particular intent. So get facts will which is stored in Lambda will get executed, and that provides a JSON response. So what JSON stands for is JavaScript object notation. We won't need it now at the moment. In the next video tutorials for Alexa's different Alexa skills, we will be showing you how JSON looks like and how we can parse JSON data. So Lambda code is executed for the particular get fact intent, and we get a response back in JSON format. Alexa receives that, and then the user can't understand a JSON response, right? So we need to present it in a much more presentable manner. So that's where Alexa comes in again, and Alexa renders that particular text to speech as well as graphical content. So where graphical content can be shown is if we access Alexa through the Alexa mobile app, or through multiple devices like so nowadays some laptops also support Alexa, and the output can be shown on the laptop screen. And even some eco devices also have a screen now, and the graphical content can be shown there, as well as with the audio response. So that according to the output which we provide, it is sent to the echo device for speech output, and the screen for graphical output. And depending upon the device which you use and the particular skill, both can be sent at the same time, and the user gets a response. So that is how Alexa skills work. In the next videos, we'll be going much deeper into Alexa, and also we'll be teaching you about ASR, which is automated speech recognition. We won't be teaching you this, and natural language understanding. These we won't be teaching you, but these are already part of Alexa. So automatic speech recognition is the service which users eco devices use. So whenever we say Alexa, automatic speech recognition understands that it was called, and passes the different parts like invocation, name, and utterances, and separates them and sends it to Alexa skills kit. And it also uses natural language understanding, which is nothing but it can differentiate between different accents. So that is what Alex eco devices use for proper passing of speech data. And also in the next video tutorials, we'll also be teaching you about SSML. Many of you might have heard about HTML, which is language, or the way in which we write web pages. SSML is the way in which we can tell Alexa as to how to pronounce a particular word, or the emotion which has to be conveyed in that particular sentence. That can be coded in the form of SSML. So hope to see you back in the next video series, and thank you for visiting Alexa Developers SRM.